Hello one and all, and welcome to the Math Magic Show. In this one, let's take a look at an example of doing polynomial division. So I have y squared plus 5y plus 6, and say that for the sake of example I divide this by y plus 1. So the first question is to decide how to initiate the process. What that amounts to saying is what should be placed above the 5y, for example, somewhere across the top as, for example, the first term of the quotient. So to do that, you can continue as follows. You take that y squared in blue and you divide by the y in green. That's going to give you that y in black. So y squared divided by y is that y. And that y in black then is what you would put above that red 5y. So when I do that, it's going to look like this. Then how do you continue? Well, now you start multiplying the other way and subtracting. So you're going to have the following. That y in black times the y in green is going to give you that y squared in brown. And then the y in black times the 1 in black is going to give you that, say, plus 1y in blue. And now, what do you do here? Well, you have to be careful because, for example, if you just add straight down, like y squared in blue plus the y squared in brown, that would give you 2y squared. That's not helpful. It's not taking you anywhere. Nothing is canceling. So what you want to do is, as in simple, old-fashioned long division, change the signs. So what I mean by that is the following. Instead of having y squared, now you're going to have negative y squared. And you want that because the blue y squared minus the brown y squared cancels off, you see? And you have nothing left under those. So that's a positive step. And then change the sign in this position. So now you have that red 5y minus 1y will give you positive 4y. So when I do that, I get positive 4y right there. And then you bring that positive 6 straight down this way with the sign. So it becomes plus 6. Let's continue with the process. How do I know that I should continue or stop at any particular point? We'll just try repeating the same condition as on the right side with the y squared over the y. The only difference is now you're going to do 4y, the one in blue, by that y there in green. So let's carry that out. When I do that, I have the following. I have 4y over y. Well, that's just positive 4 in purple there. That's a nice clean output. That's telling me I can continue. So I'm going to take my positive 4 and I'm going to place it across the top. So when I do that, it's going to come up here as plus 4. And then I continue through the multiplication subtraction process again, one more time. So I'm going to have that the purple 4 times the y is going to give me 4y. Then I'm going to do that 4 times the 1. That's going to give me that light kind of gray positive 4 on the bottom. And then, as before, I observed the following. If I just add these straight down, 4y and 4y is 8y, 6 and 4 is 10, and I haven't gotten anywhere. I want to always make things cancel just like we do in old-fashioned long division. So to do that, I'm going to change the signs. So in other words, so instead of having 4y on the bottom, then I'm going to have now negative 4y, and I'm going to make that into negative 4. I change each sign in the term there. And now I can add straight down. So the blue 4y with the other 4y, I think that's some kind of color maroon or something, I don't even know. That's going to cancel. Then you have that plus 6 minus the 4. That's going to give you a positive 2 on the bottom. That positive 2 is the remainder. Now, how do I know whether I should continue the process or stop here? So you do what we did before. In other words, you take your plus 2 on the bottom and you set it over that green y. And notice in this case I would stop because 2 over y doesn't give you a number, or it doesn't give it just like a variable to the second or third or to the first power. So that means I should stop. And that tells me that basically I have reached the answer. Now it's just a matter of expressing the answer the correct way. So to do that, you take the y plus 4 and you put that down first. And then you add to it whatever the remainder is. In this case, it's a positive 2. So make sure you take the sign with the remainder, whether it's positive or negative, carry the sign with it. And you put the remainder over the quantity you're dividing by, which in this case is y plus 1. So it's assembled in pieces on the bottom. So when I do that, finally it will look like this. I'm going to have the y plus the 4. And I'm going to put the remainder 2 over the quantity I'm dividing by, which is y plus 1. And as I said, just make sure that you include the sign of whatever the remainder is. So specifically, in this case, below me you see a plus symbol because that is the sign of the remainder. If the remainder were a negative value, then you would have a minus symbol in that position. Alright, and that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in another mathematical video.